2013 season ranked number 14 in the NAIA postseason poll. They were number 15 in the 2014 spring poll. Andy Lambert is entering his 11th season as head coach of the Warriors. He directed the 2013 Warriors to Sterling College's first ever KCAC championship after they opened the season with a 31-0 loss to Friends. But they then ran the table with 8 straight conference wins and a spot in the NAIA National Playoffs, where they lost to Baker in the opening round 10-7. Andy has directed Sterling to a 58-44 overall record and 6 top 3 KCAC finishes. He stands 88-88 in 17 seasons as a head coach, including 7 seasons at Trinity International University. He enters the KCAC 2014 season ranked number 11 among active NAIA coaches in total wins with his 88 wins. Andy Lambert.
You know how Coach Masakis, after the overtime at Sakis, what was it overtime, double overtime? What was it?
Just regular.
So he runs over, yeah, they say, what a great game, that was a lot of fun. I can tell you 31-0 to Friends. Lou and Matt had to come get me out of fetal position on our sideline. So I do enjoy coaching, but thanks, Carol. I appreciate the all-conference stuff and the loss to Friends. That's awesome. These guys, so we were in a hotel, and I don't remember that conversation in the elevator, but I know I came in that last night I was there, and there was a big old party going on, and these guys, I'm happily married, and I was just trying to get up to the room. These guys weren't, and so I just got to say this. I kept thinking, when's their mom going to call and they got to go home for curfew? And they just look young. But anyway, that does remind me. I know several years ago I mentioned with the whole youth movement, we got another one going on, my vasectomy.
Well, you're worse than me.
Anyway, I had another procedure, a medical kind of thing that was less invasive and much less painful this year, and just my bifocals and reading glasses. So Scott, you can be, this is safe here. So anyway, welcome to the new coaches here in the conference. It's exciting to have you here, and I know that much success is ahead. I want to thank Dr. Scott Crawford, who was a colleague of mine for several years, and I think maybe Scott gets less credit. Everybody thanks him, but I think maybe he gets less credit for the transformation of the KCAC athletically. He has done tireless work behind the scenes, not just for our event, but for all athletics, for the on-campus events that we hold, for our national prominence in all sports, not just football. And so I want to just personally thank you for that. You've made a significant difference in our conference in athletics, and we're grateful for that. I want to thank our athletic director, Gary Kemp, who has been a great supporter of ours. He's been with me for a long time. We coached his son, and we have a relationship that goes back a long way. But he has been through some things with us here in the last 3 or 4 years that have been absolutely awesome, and so I want to thank him. You know, we're on I counted up before I got here, I think if you count the interim 6 presidents in my 10 years at Sterling, I've worked with 6 financial aid directors in some fashion or another, and I could go on and on and on. But I think with Gary and our new president, and we have a sense of stability at Sterling that maybe we haven't had. I'll step out on a limb here, as an institution for 50, 60, 70 years, and so that's created some space for us in football, a margin for doing some business that quite possibly we haven't had a chance to do before. So thank you, Gary. We have our SID here, Jonathan Clark, and then of course our staff. Chuck is our defensive coordinator. I can't even see him back there. He looks a lot like me. If he looks like a little heavier, less handsome version of me, that would be Chuck Lambert, who's our defensive coordinator. This tells you how close he is to being the head coach, and basically I just do the public kind of things, and he is right there with me and everything else. But one game last year, I came out at halftime. I think it was a wind issue or something, and I went up to the officials and said, hey, you know, we'll take this end, or whatever the decision was at halftime. And they said, oh no, we already talked to the head coach. We got that figured out. So that was Chuck. We have the two Bethel, former Bethel players, Chase Hansen and Brett Clow, from 2004 to 2008. They were as great competitors in the conference as any of our players out there, and that's one reason why they're on our staff. Adam Lambert is back now. From 2004 through the 7th season, and coached with us for 2 more. He's been out and about and back to Sterling. We also have Will Lewis, who I introduced last year, who it's been an interesting experiment for us. We've tried to bring in a staff guy, and he's doing other things on campus, who takes care of academic, helps with compliance, and he is a liaison with the faculty, maybe with financial aid, whatever the case is, where a lot of us have to end up doing that, and so we've experimented with that, and he's done wonderful, so thanks to our staff. I am known as the most fashionable coach in the KCAC with the clothing that I wear. I can't take all the credit for the pink plaid on pink gingham today. Matt Welch is my advisor and consultant, and I sent Maddie a selfie last night and gave me the thumbs up on the outfit. So, I also did want to say to Kent that your dad called earlier. He's watching it live, and he'd like his 1980 coaching pants back.
I like a roast.
Yeah. I've been waiting to win the conference so I can come up with this new one. Our expectations at Sterling College will be the same as they've always been. We want to be the best team that we can be, whatever our given talent, health, and context might be. We want to do all that we can to maximize our potential on the field. 3 ways that we want to do that. The first is to have as much fun as we can possibly have. And I'm not talking about high five, you know, big time kind of fun. I went to, my daughter Lydia was a carny at Dollywood this summer in East Tennessee. That's a story that I won't tell up here. We went down to see her, and there's a roller coaster. I'm not a roller coaster guy. Wooden structure that was old, and it creaked a lot and slammed me around. I'm talking about the kind of fun that I had on that roller coaster with my eyes shut, screaming the whole way around for the 35 seconds or whatever. That's the kind of fun that we want to have. Football can be fun, and it can be exciting, and it can be a celebration of a lot of different things. That's first. Second, we want to be great teammates. We can run and we can jump and whatever we want to do. We can be physical, we can throw, we can, you know, however that all works out. The biggest factor for us within the dynamic of our team is that we treat one another well, from staff, players to staff, staff to staff, and our players to players. The third thing then would be we want to play fast, practice fast, even if we're not. And we got some guys that aren't who play fast. And then lastly, we just compete regardless, whatever the score might be, 31-0, friends, or a big victory that we might have along the way. We want to compete in any circumstance, whether we think we got a shot or not. We want to do that in our team meetings, in our workout sessions, and in every game that we play. So any questions for me? I won't answer any personal questions about my physical
shortcomings. I couldn't find anything about total letterman.
I don't have any idea, Brian. We go through this most years. Brian's a Sterling grad. We go through this most years. I haven't seen a letter jacket at Sterling since I've been there since 2004. I don't even know how to award a letter. So I think Chuck lettered and Adam lettered last year, so we got 2 back on the staff. Anything else? Thanks a lot.